Cool, bro. So tell me, what's for context, you want to tell everyone sort of what, how long you've been doing this, what your agency is in, if you want to share it, or you can just be a bit more broad about it
Yeah,
and at what stage you're at.
100%. Well, current stage I'm at right now in terms of today is midnight. Got a
Hmm.
call in 15 minutes, two calls. Started to double book my calls now, Oliver. This is the thing. It's just
Nice,
got to get to the
finally.
stage. Yeah, it's in that stage in terms of agency. I've been doing online stuff for probably it's about a year and 4 months in
Hmm.
terms of that. I went down a rabbit hole of Google Ads SEO course I've taken myself. This was about September last year. No, not September last year, the year before that. Learned so much about Google Ads, so much about SEO, was in a position to probably get a job about 30, 40K per year in that.
Hmm.
But then I decided actually let me go freelance. All right, so I started reaching out to people in the local area. And I built them websites, my friend. Built them websites. Websites was my thing for a little while. But then delved just deeper into freelancing. Then, oh yeah, then I could just get an agency. That was the key thing. I just watched Charlie Morgan. And then it's from Charlie Morgan I got into agency,
Hmm.
joined Charlie Morgan's group. And this is where I had bare cold DMs with people hopping on all these calls. And that's how I got into GS probably, I think it was like May last year. So in a
Okay.
few months will be a year, my friend. But
Damn, that's
stage I'm
crazy.
at now. Stage I'm at now. Let me just pull up my calendar. Um, yeah, Sunday had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 calls booked.
Nice.
Um, and then Monday, one, two, actually new calls booked. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Had an
How many
onboarding
clients
call
do you
at
have right
8.
now?
Currently chilling at 3 because I churned quite a few.
Okay.
To be honest, in terms of the October last year went pretty crazy, signed like 6 clients,
Hmm.
3 on paper job, and then just started slapping on retainers. Uh, Took a little while to lock in some service delivery, but now at the moment got a really big franchise in terms of flooring store client at the moment.
Nice.
Super good client. Got some good deals in the pipeline at the moment. Just signed 2 more. Cheeky little 3K PIF. 3 month contract, 750 bi-weekly, 4 terms. Um, so 10K a month this month is looking pretty likely, to be honest. Well, it's a possibility.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, man. But as you
Sure.
said, it is a lot of just doing work and not seeing anything about it. But point you get used to it, um, and then it starts to break through, which is at the stage I'm just kind of at now. I'm just piercing through.
Hmm.
But yeah, man,
Congrats, bro. Yeah,
it's been
it's
long.
part of the journey. It's normal. Okay, you're not supposed to from day one start signing multiple clients. There's a reason why everyone wants to start a business, but most people don't have one. If you walk on the street and you ask a random person, "Would you like to have a business? Have you ever tried to start a business?" Most people, I think, would say yes, but most people give up as well. So you tough out the hardest stage, and I think now you've finally reached a point where you cracked acquisition, booking appointments. Next thing we had to work on was sales, just perfecting that, making sure you're able to close deals. And once you crack that, then from there it's just volume. It's like how many clients can I onboard? And of course, service delivery. That's the next thing we'll focus on, trying to retain clients
Yeah,
instead of trying to close new clients every single month.
yeah,
Cool, bro.
100%. As you said, like most people with business, it's a very weird thing psychologically to want to start a business, right?
Hmm.
I think there's a difference to actually want to start a business and it be successful. But for people now, I think a lot of people hop on business because it's a trend. But actually building a business, like it's very weird to put everything on the line, work insanely hard with no form of reward because that's against thousands of
Yeah.
years of evolution. It's like
Hmm.
there's just something about you when you break through. You're like, okay, yeah, you're here now.
Yeah.
But yeah, 100%,
It's very
definitely
true.
that. In terms of sales, that's what I had to work on a lot. Recently, just had to find out what works best for me because I think with sales as well, I took advice from plenty different areas, but I think there's nothing better than just actually hopping in the calls for people and just learning in the field. This is why I think to start out as well, I already had a very good sense of communicating with people. So I've
Hmm.
been working like a face to face job since I was 13. But I can't imagine hopping straight into sales calls. There's going to be probably a steep learning curve, I say, for the majority of people because they're just
Yeah.
not like that. Especially depending on how you sell. But yeah, that's been the thing I've had to try locking recently. Is get, I think the sales you can always lock in more and more, but that's
Yeah,
been
for
the
sure.
thing focusing on now. Where if you got good sales, then it's just chilling. The rest is completely chilling. And then also you can know you can sell anything, right? Because
Hmm.
I'm in a position now where even if agency want to go well, I can just sell anything to anyone. So that's
Yeah,
fine.
exactly.
That's the most powerful thing.
What would be your number one advice for someone who's brand new and wants to learn how to sell?
To learn how to sell, my one piece of advice for them would be to not delude yourself with conviction, but to kind of compare yourself to where you are with everyone else your age in terms of that. And also, but to be fair, I think just look at what you've done and analyze whether it's been hard or not. And if you've done that, then that's fine, right?
Hmm.
Because a lot of people, I think, deluding yourself into selling something if you're brand new, because I think you need to have the right to sell. I don't think anyone can sell anything to anyone. It takes a certain
Yeah.
type of person, and you need to become that person, right? Through doing hard things. I generally think you feeling good in yourself. It's a key thing to start selling to people. You
Hmm.
need to sell yourself when you sell to people. If you don't like who you are, then it's going to rub off on the call,
Very true.
personally.
I like what Jose said though. I think that's the
Fake
key. I think
UK
I think you
accent.
missed that. You know. Yeah, very true
Fake
what you
UK
said, bro.
accent. Explain why it's dark, bro. I'm clearly in the UK. Yeah,
No, I
this
think
is
it's
the
very
thing as
true.
well. I didn't. It's very weird communicating with people online like this because you don't realize the perks of where you're from as well.
Hmm.
It's like I'm from the UK, but from the seeing people in US perspective as well. One thing was bringing my service to the US. I had because it was selling websites. I had tailored in the or bespoke. It was. It was the word bespoke, right? That's just the English term for something that's like custom made.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that word doesn't exist in US English. So I have to change. I've realized I'm trying to run ads to this. No one knows what it actually means. It's just little things like that you pick up on different aspects of culture, which when you're
Hmm.
isolated where you are, you don't appreciate it. But fake UK accent, bro. I mean, Jose's a fake Mexican anyway, bro. He
Yeah.
flies.
True.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, very good, very good. I agree 100% with everything you said. I think many people will delay not just sales but everything in general. They'll trick themselves into thinking they're being productive by watching a bunch of YouTube videos, reading a bunch of books, consuming a bunch of resources, thinking they're being productive and learning, which is good. But at a certain point, you just got to put yourself out there and learn by doing. And I think
Yeah,
sales, especially, is one of those things where you can read a bunch of books, you can listen to a bunch of videos, you can watch other people close, but until you put yourself out there and have 100 conversations, you will not get better at sales. And
yeah,
once you have those 100 conversations, then you can quickly understand, okay, I tend to always fuck up when the wife objection comes up or when this comes up. Then you can pinpoint what needs to be worked on and you can improve your sales skills. But
yeah.
if you're a
Definitely. I think
beginner,
one point I'd like to add to what you just said, Oliver, super important, is the fact that people, one thing I'd say for sales is if you believe the objection they're giving you, then you cannot break through it, right? If you would actually want to speak to your partner and you think that's a completely logistical concern, then you're not going to ever get through that. If you
mhm,
genuinely think what you're pricing is too expensive, if someone says, then you're not going to be able to break through that. If you believe the objection yourself, if you yourself are always wanting to think about things. You don't want to make decisions like that. You cannot convince
mhm,
other people to the opposite because it's going to rub off. Subconsciously, you're going to think, I wouldn't do it. So why would they? That's one
yeah,
thing I had a problem with.
mhm,
Is like when someone gives me an actual logistical concern, which is very rare in sales, I say apart from B2B, then for this actually logistics. But if you need to believe that you need to understand that that objection isn't real and you need to know
mhm,
yourself. Otherwise, you
yeah,
can't handle it. That's another big thing.
true, very true. Cool, bro. Bunch of sauce. I wasn't expecting that, man. So much
Yeah, man,
wisdom.
100%,
I,
100%
I, I
sauce.
like what Jose said. You're very media trained. That's perfect.
I have no clue what that means.
it
What's
means
that?
like it means like they prepped you for interviews and online like recordings and stuff like that. You know how athletes they typically give like
Yeah.
speeches and they answer questions and stuff. They're media trained to make sure that they speak well, they have good answers, and they know
Yeah,
what to
well, there
say
you
to
go,
other
my friend.
questions.
This is what I said, looping back to what I said at the start. I worked with people face to face since I was 13. That's why I was naturally kind of had a
Hmm.
bit of a thing for sales and speaking to people. That's why I can get away with stuff like this. And
Yeah.
I think the more you watch as well, the more you pick up stuff like that. If you watch people speak, then
Hmm.
you'll be able to construct a conversation yourself. But yeah, that's been it.
True.
I struggled a lot with that procrastination at the start as well, in terms
Hmm.
of video watching. I think subtly that was one of my best things. Like interestingly, for ages I watched so many videos, just soaked up so much information. No action, no action, no action. Then I was like, I'm actually overwhelmed because I've got a million voices listening to this one thing. That's why I
Hmm.
joined the program. So I was like, honestly, I'm at the stage I don't even care if this guy's telling me something that's wrong. I just need one voice to listen to. And then I managed to execute all of that information I used based on focusing on one target. And that was what helped me. It's just make sure you're watching good content and not someone who's just lying.
Hmm.
But yeah, my
True.
friend.
That's very true. Very easy to get overwhelmed, and everyone has their own ways. Everyone's good at certain things. Probably someone else will say things differently than will do things differently than I do. And just because they do that doesn't mean that they're wrong. It's just it's a different perspective, different skill set, and everything. But yeah, cool, bro. Appreciate it. Thank you very much for hopping on the live. It's nice to see a new
Yeah, now
face.
when Jose hops on next, my friend, then let's see how untrained media he is. Let's actually, I'm going to get a timer started as well for how long he yaps for. I'll actually get that running as well.
Should we get
Um,
Jose on next? Jose's waiting.
yeah, man, exactly. But if Jose, DM me if you need media training. I think you probably need it, my friend.
Okay, Jose, I'm gonna invite you, please. Media train, okay? Remember what we
All
spoke about. All right, Jamie. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
right.